This is from The Guardian. Americans living in their cars, which is current, increases every day to a horrifying number. Americans living in their cars are finding refuge in safe parking lots. Safe parking lots. We're not going to give you a home. We're not going to give you security. We're not even going to give you a car, but we'll give you a parking lot to park in. How about that, America? We're not going to give you anything that would provide you with a secure, sustainable life or sustainable existence. We're not going to reward you really almost at all for being a part of our society. But we'll give you somewhere to park your goddamn car. It may not be a spot. You may not be anywhere near where you want to be. It may not be, maybe you have family living somewhere in another city, elsewhere in the city. Maybe you have areas of the city you want. It doesn't matter. You're parking in this spot over here in this parking lot where no one gives a shit because it's way away from everything else. Go park there and live in your goddamn car. When in fact, and again, this is the level you won't get from most people. You won't get in this Guardian article. You won't get in a lot of independent media. We're in a post-scarcity world. There are enough houses, enough timber, enough spaces, enough everything you need, enough shingles to have homes for every single person on the planet. Yeah, it exists. We have enough. We have enough things. What people say we don't have enough of sometimes is money. They go, we don't have enough money. But as Alan Watts said, that's like saying you have everything to build a home. You just don't have you don't have enough inches. Got the wood, got the hammer, got the nails. I just don't have enough inches. Money is a measurement of wealth that's largely in our heads. And now 98% of it or something isn't printed. So really it's almost entirely in our heads. But even when it was a piece of paper, what did that matter? Anyway, we are in a post-scarcity world. We have plenty of material to go around to house everybody. If we allotted these materials actually the way we should as rational adults, now we're not rational adults, but if we were rational adults, everyone would have a home. Instead, we have roughly 17 million empty homes across just the United States. That's not even counting the world, but 17 million empty houses around the United States. Some of them been foreclosed on, some of them owned by banks, some of them owned by investment firms, some of them owned by people with 4 houses. But 17 million empty homes. We have 1 million or so homeless people. We have, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands or millions living in cars. We have millions of people who are not technically homeless, but they're forced to live on the couch of their friend or family member, or forced to live in their parents' basement or something like that, meaning they would like to have a house, but they cannot do it. So millions and millions, but it's less than 17 million, meaning there are enough homes sitting there right now to house everyone. But we can't do that, right? We have to exploit this system to enrich beyond all belief the richest people in the world, make them as rich as anything this world has ever seen, while people suffer, while people go homeless, while people go have to live in a basement, have to live on a futon, have to live where they don't want to be. We have to exploit them, make them as miserable as possible, millions upon millions of people, in order to enrich a tiny, tiny number of individuals who have 7 or 10 or 20 houses. Some of them just buy up properties to flip them, thinking they'll make more money later. And, they haven't been able to flip it well enough yet, so they're just hanging on to it. Empty house sitting there. But that's what this system is. And you must talk about the systems. If you watch any other live streamers, any other independent media, whatever, and they don't talk about the systems that create this exploitation, that create this extraction, that create this hardship, then they are not really, they're lying through omission. They're not giving you the full truth. You have to talk about the systems that do this. This is not about one evil guy. You could get rid of the CEO of BlackRock. This system would continue exactly as it is. You could remove Joe Biden. You could remove the Secretary of the Treasury. You could remove plenty of people. and it would all continue as it is. As long as these systems, as long as the market economy is set up like this to reward profit, to be aimed towards profit and nothing else, you will always have this level of exploitation, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And so our job is to wake up out of this bullshit. Wake up out of the false world in which we live, in which this is okay, in which this is acceptable, and in which this is justifiable. Wake up out of it.